BMW's always been known as the performance driving machine. But when you're looking at the 7 Series, you're talking about the pinnacle of not just performance, but you're also looking at technology, handling, and the best of what they have to offer. I have to show you the new i7 and the 7 Series. We're here at the global reveal in the New York Auto Show. I'm Lauren Fix. First, I want to show you the i7. Now, this is an all-electric version, and yes, they do have a gasoline-powered version. We're going to show you that second. We're going to give you all the highlights that we know now. We will be doing a review of all of these later, but let's get started off with the i7. First thing you're going to notice is this looks different. Yes, there is a completely different design. You're going to notice that these are your driving lights, your DRLs, and then down below you have laser lighting. And this is something that they're adding into their vehicles. Now, it's different laser lighting than you're seeing in Europe. And I did talk to one of the internals, and they told us that we had to modify it because the U.S. government hasn't approved the really cool laser lighting that you see that comes in Germany. Now, one thing you're going to note here is this grill is the new big grill, the big kidney beans, but it's illuminated on the i7. Now, currently it's off, but when you have the illumination around the perimeter of the grill, it really stands out in the crowd. You'll notice a lot of different details just immediately. The chrome details, which you typically don't see on a lower spoiler. That's something you see like a brushed color, but they've really decided that this is going to stand out in the crowd. Now, besides the exterior being different, we don't have a lot of details. I did ask about rear-wheel steer. They haven't been able to give me an answer, which means we don't know yet. But I have to show you the inside because that's where things are really different with this vehicle. Inside the vehicle, you're going to see some major changes, starting with less buttons. There was a lot of controls, especially with the iDrive. Well, they've integrated it to make it have less buttons. In addition, you're going to notice this huge, long screen. And that screen also mimics the theater screen they have in back that is 31 inches. We're going to show you that in just a moment. You notice the seating surfaces are different, real metal, real materials. Everything is premium. No matter whether you're looking at the wood, that's open pore wood, or the aluminum or crystal materials, this is spectacular. One other thing to note is you can see right here, this control is for opening the door. That is so different from anything you've seen before. That is the ultimate in technology. So when they're thinking about who's using it, even the crystal details on the door, when you're looking at the i7, like the iX, which is the SUV that came out last year and was a World Car of the Year luxury finalist, you can see why. They've really made a lot of changes, including the cutting of the crystal, even in the volume button. So they really thought about start-stop technology, the real materials. This is really what it's about, luxury, details, and technology. But I have to show you the back seat because that's really cool. The back seat is more than just a back seat. There is a 31-inch theater screen, and it folds up into where the glass roof is. Currently, it's down. The audio system is premium, top of the line, 8K digital. That's fantastic. And the neat thing is you can control a lot of it, not on the screen, but on the door. You can see that there are some pads here. They look almost like an iPhone, and you can control the folding up of the screen or whether you just want to open or close things. This vehicle is really the lap of luxury. Let's take a look at the rest of the vehicle, and then I'm going to show you the gasoline version, so you want to stay with us. First thing you're going to notice is soft closed doors are standard, as well as these beautiful new door handles. This is about changing the design cue and the feeling of these vehicles because they're going into more sustainable vehicles, and their plan is to take a larger chunk of the luxury market, which they're already leading in. And I'm sure the competition's not happy about that. Go to the trunk, you're going to notice a lot of space. And the reason there's a lot of space is because the batteries are underneath. This is one of the things that makes this vehicle very usable for the average person as BMW takes a larger chunk of the luxury market. Let's take a look at my favorite, the gasoline combustion engine. So there are 4 different trim levels, including the SUV. You have an i7, the 740, and the 760. 0 to 60 is around 4.8 seconds. That's pretty fast. When it comes to horsepower numbers, 536 horsepower in this V8 engine is very efficient considering the size of the motor. We don't have all the details on this, but you can take a look at this whole front end is lit up, black front grille. I love the Performance Edition. I am an M person, and I love the fact that they're still going to offer gasoline. They're going to have plug-in hybrids, and they're going to have electric. And that's smart because each market has its own need. Each customer who's a BMW fan has their own wants, and they're going to meet those needs. And I think that's incredible because not every brand is following that suit. Now let me show you the side of this vehicle. You can see that the wheels are a little different. You're on Bridgestone tires here. This is an M wheel, really cool looking, a new design. And besides that fact, you get that little M logo just to remind everyone, yeah, I'm driving an M, and this is on 21-inch tires. Now, let's take a look at the inside. By the way, love the flat paints. BMW invented the flat paints. That's something to talk about. So inside, again, the cool new handles. Inside this vehicle is the most spectacular burgundy or Bordeaux. I'm sure there's a wonderful name for this beautiful red interior. But you're not just seeing it on the materials, you're also seeing that color behind the details here on the dash. This is all finger slide now. You're no longer seeing a ton of buttons that get complicated. This is really easy to use. It's touchscreen. You can also use the iDrive system, which has been updated. This vehicle is really fantastic. You get the new shifter design as well, so that's just a slide, a little bit different. But when you're looking at a vehicle, it's like $119,000. Besides, you're going to add all your goodies. It's going to be a little more expensive than that. There's a high demand for these M cars. And the BMW M3 and M4 were finalists in the World Car of the Year performance vehicles. They've done a lot to make themselves stronger, not just in performance, but also in luxury and electrification. And the results are what we're seeing here on the 7 Series, which we're going to be seeing in the dealerships at the end of 2022. Now let's go outside and I'll give you some prices. What's interesting is both vehicles have 536 horsepower. The M Series starts at $113,000, where the iDrive is at $119,000. So for that little bit more, you're getting the electrification if that's something you want, but you're not losing the horsepower. You're not losing the technology. Actually, you're gaining more goodies and features and technology in the i7. One of the things that's important to note is this vehicle is designed about performance. They test all their vehicles on the track, and the results are you're getting a test track proven vehicle, whether you're buying the electrification, the plug-in hybrid, or the gasoline powered. Now we'll get a chance to review both of these vehicles. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments down below. You can follow me on my social media, podcast, everything's down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. We're going to give you more information on these cars as soon as it becomes available. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.